Hello people of the internet, it's a boy, Skinny Penis. We're doing a little Petro gaming. Ledge mod Petro, that is. It's not a reload Petro that I already covered. Now that the ledge mod is out, and I'm actually quite intrigued by it. It's a very good ledge mod in general. We should show it off, and maybe some people find it rather interesting and may go for a little purchase. Little regrind and then a little purchase. I mean, ledge mods are only like one double reset regrind, so some ledge mods are actually quite easy to get and worth it as well. Most of them though, I mean, we obviously know that like Word Gaming either makes a ledge mod incredibly strong, so you need it, or it's completely useless and you just rather play the stock ship. But yeah, so ledge mod Petro, we dropping a little bit of utility and a heal. We're having better alpha strike and better dispersion, which essentially fits the playstyle of Petro more than reload and therefore pure DPM, because Petro generally wants to be aggressive and pushing in the right moment to secure certain angles or make the enemy team angle against you, and then your teammate can follow up with certain angles. And for this to be more effective and work properly, it's best to have the, let's say, increased alpha and consistency with the ledge mod instead of trying to just out DPM people, because you're not going to out DPM most people or most cruisers nose in. Neither are you going to farm an entire battleship that's angled by yourself with your DPM. It's just impossible. You kind of need angled up ships. You kind of need the broadsides, and the thing is, it works well with Petro because you can stay alive in very weird positions with very good angles for a very long time. It's kind of like the special thing about Petro. Okay, anyways, so now we have to quickly think about the gameplay here, because we have a super carrier, only one DD. There's divisions in the enemy team, and both divisions are actually coming over to my side, and I may already eat a bunch of fucking unnecessary damage, because the Bourgogne will have my broadside here. But we have a little Petro moment. Little overpen fiesta. That's exactly what you can do with Petro. Just gamer turn the fuck out. And yeah, run away. I saw on the minimap while I was talking that my funny little stupid Hanover abandons the flank. So there's no real reason for me to be nose in here. Actually, it's more suicidal to be nose in here for me. So we will just opt to kite out and angle fully in. And we can already see the first strength of Petro, but that's not like specific to the ledge mod. We can turn our turrets 360 degree, which gives us a lot of maneuverability in kite as well as nose in, because we can just switch, but especially kite, because your two front turrets aren't stuck in a rotation for 10 years. So as long as these people don't switch to HE, I actually won't lose a lot of HP here. Obviously that gamer turn should have been punished, but it won't be punished because we're running a Petropavlovsk, meaning you will get overpenned a lot when you show flat broadside, and actually when you angle you receive more damage than flat. Fucked up game for me. We will have to try and make something, like, we have to try and be patient here and run away first. Hopefully get some backup from some team. Obviously the C server division will be a little pain in the ass, because these schmucks will probably just focus me out with their stupid carrier. Also, they both moved over here from the middle of the map. The issue with that not being like that division moved over, the problem is also the other division is here, and they're actually also like HE spamming now. We're little issues here. I will try to stay alive in kite as long as I feasibly can. But at some point I will just die if they keep focusing me. I'm probably gonna get fired up. Yeah, double fired here, cool. So yeah, the game is essentially garbage for me. Like, I'm going to lose too much HP here. I have 22,000 HP. My team left me alone. It's kinda what happens when you play solo these days. It's the same as in the Wooster video. You're too reliant on certain teammates actually giving you backup. To be fair, my vampire was in the same situation that I was. Even if I go forward with Hydra and Radar, the issue is that I'm alone with him, I won't really be the best backup for him. We needed a battleship. We didn't get a battleship. Our Nova is already strolling over there and doing dumb shit. So, yeah. Sadly, that's the way most of the games end up, like, essentially evolving these days. Nothing you can really do. The only thing that I wanted to mention is I could have chosen to be on the rock, but the timing of the Haaland spotting me, and also the fact that our vampire turned in, like our vampire would have played the flank very wide. I actually could have stayed on the rock and played my life. Probably not for long, because the carrier would have murdered me out. But yeah, I could have tried to play my life. The thing is, if the Haaland is uncontested in the corner, he will just torp me out for free over time. As you can see here, the carrier is trying to come in on my broadside again. Not really much I can do. Oh wait, actually he's trying to go for our carrier, which is interesting. So we have to hope that our submarine and our other flank, which monged it essentially, there are like lots of people, that they play it properly and push fast. And we actually do have some decent ships to kite them out. They didn't kill the vampire. The Vermont has a fast heal. I'm very tanky in kite. So essentially it's very easy for us to stay alive, but only for like a certain amount of time. Longer than other ships though. So let's just hope. Okay, my Vermont has no fire prevention. That's a bit of an issue though. Gotta admit that. We can delay them only for a certain amount. I can offer my ship as bait and give my team on the other side time. It's the only thing I can really do. Maybe if my carrier starts fucking on these people as well, we actually have a good chance of not only... I'm gonna pop Hydro now to save me and the Vermont maybe some trouble against torpedoes. I won't shoot the Haaland. It's more important that I keep the Bourgogne away. The Satsuma is also just straight up pushing. The Marseille in the middle is uncontested, which actually is quite bad for us. Also, the fact that our Hanover left the flank is, in my opinion, a bannable offense, because he essentially kills our entire flank off. If the carrier stays lit there and they keep pushing up, we lose the carrier for free as well, which will probably happen, by the way. So the issue being like a Marseille, a Des Moines, and a Bourg should never be that... yeah, nice. My carrier just died because of exactly that. So this is down to our Hanover just being a useless peasant bot, and to be fair, as I said, bannable offense, because he would overmatch the Bourgogne everywhere. Easy for him. Very easy, actually. Okay, I have to accelerate again and angle against the torpedoes. I will eat one though, I think. Unless I can pull the funny mechanics. I may be able to pull the funny mechanics. Yep. We're still alive. We're really just playing our lives. Our vampire hit some torps. The Des Moines didn't keep pushing, most likely because of the... on a radar here. Most likely because of the Vermont. So as you can see, the Des Moines and the Marseille had to stop pushing because of the Vermont. If we had a Hanover here, the battleships couldn't have pushed either, so we would have actually had a good chance to beat these people on this flank. And we're still gonna win the game, but I mean, my game at least is pretty ruined. We do have the Marseille now in our base, so I will turn my turrets again. A good thing about the ledge mod is actually that you don't get a turret traverse nerf or reduced turret traverse. You actually get let's say slightly faster turrets, and Petro is notoriously known for not having fast turret traverse. I don't know why this guy angles towards me that bad and the Vermont just gets an easier shot now. I will stay perfectly angled to the Satsuma, who actually turned out. It's kind of like sea server behavior. My Vermont died though, so I gotta angle a bit better to the Marseille. We also don't have a carrier anymore. The only good thing in the current situation is that my vampire seems to be a decent player. And zoning the Haaland for me, as well as the... Okay, nice, we got a double fire. I do have Kuznetsov and a heal, so I will probably I will probably get some more time, and I can maybe trade the Marseille out. Should be possible for me. Also, the Vampire actually playing a very decent game here. Because he's now opening up while I'll take the shots. This guy's angling up a bit too much to me. This is exactly where the better dispersion and improved pen angles work really well together. That is fucking hideous dispersion though. And more like no knock on. Okay, I will pop my last heal now. He has a bit of a trouble hitting me actually in his Marseille. So kind of like if he wants to use his third turret, I definitely get angles to penetrate him. As you can see, 7k. Double fire again, that is a bit fucking shite. And I'm going to kill him now. DCP afterwards. Yeah, well, my Mermaw should have played a fire prevention. Would have been very important. Come on, give me some more HP. Thank you. This motherfucker is not aiming for me actually anymore. And I still have some HP, Hydro and DC Radar left. So my Vampire and I could go and defend the cap against Sub and Haaland. That's an easy fight to take because the Satsuma gave up on chasing. My team sits in their base and we might actually win the game here. Obviously in this situation, a 4th Radar and a 4th heal would have become in clutch. Debatable though, because as you could see, my dispersions were unusually good for Petro, which meant that I could get way more secure AP hits as well as some HE. And wait, could my fucking Vampire go back into cap? Hello? I mean, that would be... Yeah, defend the base, he dented, fuck. Like, how about you come? He's actually engaging with the enemy carrier, which is completely useless because if they cap us, we lose automatically. I'm going to load HE here. And what you can do against Haaland though is you can keep AP loaded. Don't have to expert loader switch. In general, like against fat DDs like Haaland, then also Ragnar, Khabarovsk specifically, like shooting AP at them and they're slightly angled might net you like 8, 9 or 10k if you're really lucky. Because you fuse your AP, you have the fast fuse Petro AP. So... yeah, well, I'm not gonna make it into the cap. My Vampire, after playing it half decent, actually threw away the entire game. The only way we could theoretically still kinda win is if I magically get a Raider out on either of the 2 ships. Problematic though, because I don't think I get the entire cap and Raider range. I actually do get the entire cap and Raider range. Ah, okay, he's on the edge. He's on the edge, so we will stay patient. A few more seconds. I can actually win the game here for the team. Yeah, there it is. He actually left the cap. Interesting. My last Raider though, so that's a bit fucked. But he did leave cap, which is very good for us. So, I mean, I'm pressuring him hardlight into the Borg, so the Borg will probably just one-shot him. Yep, there you go. That was very good. And my last Raider actually saved us the game. No real reason to use Hydro, but I should have, probably. Thing is only like if the submarine sussing around somewhere here, it would be good to still have Hydro. I mean, now it's kind of like enemy is forced into their base. So maybe I get the Satsuma in range if he crosses over or the Kreml. But in general, the game should be over. Yeah. Game essentially won because of the courtesy of Petro tankiness and Petro bullshit broadside tanking. Perfect example as to why this ship is dented beyond belief. And then you have to remember they even nerfed it multiple times. Side plating and deck plating is now 40. Reload has been nerfed. And also the ship is higher in the water, and still these things happen. Like there's no real way to essentially change Petro, in my opinion, or like nerf Petro hard. Unless you also remove other platings from other cruisers, like Moscow 40, Napoli side 40, everything 40. Even maybe Stalingrad 40. And you would actually bring back IFHE meta maybe with Des Moines. Maybe that could help. But otherwise, I mean, the ship is quite literally just a failure in design. Because it's too many things working well together on it. And then you have to remember that 11.8 concealment in the beginning or something. And they actually nerfed the concealment too. I can move towards the Kreml. Maybe shoot the Satsuma once or twice. Satsuma is actually decapping the base, but I mean for him it's way too late. He's not gonna win the game magically. It's over. Would be good if my German shotty guy and his Bourgogne would maybe not ram into me, but hey, what can I do? So the Kreml has the entire cap, yeah, he's getting decapped and then the game is essentially won. Lao just shits on him. Kreml will be able to probably cap. And I might be able to get on a nice broadside of the Kreml. Get some citadels if I'm really lucky. Actually not really lucky, like Petro has the stupid penetration that you can actually fuck with battleships with very high armor platings. That not even battleships penetrate at certain ranges. Novosibirsk obviously puts that to a whole other level. Good thing though, Novosibirsk, that I mentioned it now. Novosibirsk in general is like a very, very powerful ship to punish people. But in certain situations, or like in most situations, Petro isn't that much weaker. In some situations, it's even better. Because the tankiness of Novosibirsk is quite shit compared to Petro tankiness. Oh yeah, well, we get some citadels here. Hey, yeah. You go, triple Cid. And then I die. He aimed for my nose part, which is obviously the part that he can easily overmatch and penetrate. But I got some more damage, saved the game a bit. Game won by the courtesy of Petro's stupidity. Let's hope the next game is a bit better for us. And we can actually play a bit more aggressive and don't have to permakite. As I clearly laid out, going to the rock there is impossible. Or it's like wrong and fucked up on many levels, but it's completely impossible because the vampire didn't go wide and contested the wide spotting and wide torping with the Haaland. The vampire goes there and kills the Haaland and zones him away. I can, as I said, play my life. Issue there would be that the carrier would probably immediately come and spurg out on me to kill me. Okay, we have 3x as I think that's, yeah, that's Solitude again, and the guy that casts Scots. So I guess this game is a win. Most likely. Matchmaking wise, thankfully no sub like last game, though I didn't really interact with him. Nakimov is obviously disastrous, it's fucking garbage. Doesn't really allow me to play on rocks, but it also doesn't really allow me to play passive. Like if he goes for me, I die, because I choose Hydro over Defe. Okay, then again it's a Nakimov, doesn't really matter. Battleships are kinda okay. The Monarchs are quite interesting, because I can citadel them to shit. The cruisers are also quite okay. Only 2 destroyers is very good for me in general. Because I only have 3 radars, very limited DPM. So the less destroyers are in the game, the more impact I have. Something like a Moskva or a Des Moines with better DPM, better radars, doesn't really mind a lot of destroyers. Because you're like literally fucking them. Like you want them to go into a cap or something. And you fuck them out. I can help my black secure C because it's double radar. We should actually be able to just get it. First and Georgia are also moving over, so I probably have either base camp Vermont or Monarchs. Okay, the Napoli and the Vincent are also coming over, so I'm going to shove towards the rock. There's no real reason. There's like 2 good players coming over. That's the thing why I wanted matchmaking monitor for like my random mates. Like I would know now if the black is completely demented or if he's actually decent. And if he's decent, it's really worth for me to go with him and bring Hydro and Radar. But the Napoli and the Vincent are coming in. So theoretically I should be very safe on the rock. Okay, we already have a... We have a little Haaland coming in. There's only overpens. Sadly, I won't get a second shot on the Haaland. That's fairly unlucky, but I mean, can't change it really. I mean, now that I spotted the Haaland, I would appreciate it if my stupid black would just get the cap for free, because this is the reason I popped the radar in the first place. Not for him to go on AFK 1-2 line adventure to do whatever the fuck. I mean, whatever. I'm just gonna pop Hydro to not eat it. 15k, okay, bro. Surely. Some base wanking Wormhole over there. It's pretty bad. What the fuck is this black doing? Yeah, maybe matchmaking monitor would have been the play here, not gonna lie. Because my black looks very confused, to be fair. I mean, at least he's zoning a bit. It doesn't really matter against 15 km torps from a Haaland. Okay, this guy might overturn. Send a volley his way with the improved pen angle. Should be still able to fuck into him. Nope, he didn't overturn. Good, good. Or my aim was just like very poor. One did he already int it? Haaland is playing AFK. Fuck boat on the whatever the fuck line. Currently debating as to how I can put aggressive pressure on the enemy team on this flank, because this flank is not really made for it if the enemy decides to do what they're currently doing, sit in base. Yeah, this guy's turning out as well. I mean, okay, the Vermont is okay. That's a wicked fucking Petro moment. Just Citadel at 18 kilometers on a fucking Vermont. It's quite fucking crazy, not gonna lie. He's shooting AP or HE? Okay, he's shooting HE now. That's a bit of an issue. I don't really like HE on Moto Maze. I'm gonna slow down on this rock because the Haaland might be on 1-2 line and torp me, cross torp me. Like better for me to... Wait a minute! What the fuck is this guy doing? There you had a fused shell, by the way, so I don't really mind shooting AP him a lot. He was perfectly ass in if he angles up slightly. There's an even higher chance I get a penetration instead of an overpen. It's the same as like Delny and Khabarovsk versus Des Moines. You kind of want to shoot AP. Not as consistent with the Petro because the penetration do be a wee bit too high for lots of these, let's say, possible pens. I mean, it would be very cool if my fucking carrier would actually keep lighting the Haaland instead of fucking off into Narnia. And like leaving him randomly sit there in front of me so he can fucking torp me again. Like, that's quite fucking brain damaged. Hey, fuck off, man, honestly. I can use the islands though to protect myself against the Zuma and Vermont and slowly but surely ensure that we're wrapping around with them. You're becoming like a small budget Stalin, by the way, because of the dispersion and the Alpha Strike, so I can just maybe snipe some Citadels into this guy. Yeah, one Citadel. Obviously you're not gonna magically get a triple sit like with Stalin that often. Where you fucking get back, man? You're literally on my forehead. You're not zoning shit, you're not doing shit, you're just dented. Unfortunately, you're just dented. Now Hydro. Now I can actually push up because I have Hydro ready. Zuma is giving me angle again. No Citadels though, quite sad, honestly, but happens. Maybe I get lucky on the second shot, probably not though. Gonna focus more on the Vermont. He's literally flat broadside in front of my mouth. Maybe I can break 100k. If something dies, game is over though. Obviously it's a stomp, patch weekend. I don't want to kill the Haaland actually now. I wanted to kill him earlier, now I actually want to let him live. But he's gonna die, so we get one more shot or so on the Vermont. Oh, we get Citadels again. I'm going for assets now. Because it's like, if you want sits, the most common spot where you can Citadel it is under the turrets, back and front. Or just knock the turrets through straight up penetrations. Maybe he gives me belly here and I actually get sits again. Nope. But penetrations though. Yeah, it's like open water pushing. As I said, I searched for an angle to do this. And obviously since the enemy team is running all to the same corner. That's why I was so confused that the Haaland was, by the way, in my mouth going towards the middle of the map. it didn't really make sense. Because, like, if he's on the 1-2 line AFKing, I could never move up because I would be in between the base kiter idiots and the carrier and the Haaland Torps. I couldn't really move up. Very quick and easy game. Nothing really happened. No one really got damaged, I don't think. But, well, whatever. Maybe next game is going to be perfect. Finally perfect. Best thing for Petro ledge mod is to have certain safety with a destroyer. So, like, if you play solo, you may want to keep reload for the heals, or for the extra heal, and the extra radar may help you win more games. If you have a division mate though and he plays a TD, you should probably play ledge mod. Because a DD, like a Smaland, Marceau, Daring, whatever DD it is in the flank, gives you a certain level of safety in terms of information, spotting, and stuff, that you can time your pushes and plan your position way more properly, and you're way safer in general. That you can get way more value out of the ledge mod. Like, I played ledge mod with Bison in division, and I got like obscene amounts of damage in 15 to 20 games. I got like 186, 190 nearly average damage in a Petro, which is normally not possible. Like, Petro is kind of like Napoli, where you get 130 to 40k, kind of the max since it got nerfed. But suddenly with the ledge mod, the added alpha strike at the right moment and consistency, you can just randomly smash through people if you're using or abusing your division mate. Then again, your division mate can also abuse the fact that you still have 3 radars and you still have the opportunity of fucking up flap broadside people. So, like, people generally don't play that aggressive against Petro, so you zone a lot. Not only destroyers with radar, but yeah. In competitive, like, let's say quick detour, in competitive, ledge mod is actually, in COTS, debatable, probably not worth or not the best option. In CBs, ledge mod is actually better. Like, you use your 4th heal in 1 out of 20 games, same as your 4th radar, I mean, especially now that we have like 4 radar ships in the same team anyways, and like every one kind of. So ledge mod is once again better, because 7v7 is kind of also like a mode where you wouldn't even need a 5th heal on a battleship. Because you never get to it. Like, the only thing you get from the 4-point battleship heal skill is the added 10% strength of the heal, but the 5th heal itself, you're not gonna reach that, really. Very, very improbable. So yeah, we go to the flank here. Hopefully my Alaska, Fritz, Musashi come in as well. Hopefully my Petri doesn't run off the screen immediately. And let's see if we can play nose in here. Maybe I can help my Sherman secure the cap. It's only Shima or Kira that could contest, so if my Sherman smokes up, and the 2 Karl Johans are on the other side, which actually makes me kind of cringe out, because the devastation might be kiting here against the Patry, which would be pretty fucking garbage for me. Also, I have no clue what kind of islands make me stuck here, which is also not very helpful, to be fair. Not gonna radar now though. The Sherman doesn't seem to be smart. He has survivability. He has no survivability experience. He's just head first running into the cap. I mean, he's lucky that there's probably no radar here, but kind of want him to be inside the cap and already have smoke and angles before I pop a radar. I'm gonna magically pop it. He's probably not even gonna open up. Okay, I'm not spotted, so that's interesting. Good for me though. Good for me. We lost spotting because our Sherman is sitting behind the island. As I said, he's maybe not the most intelligent player. Maybe if the Fritz comes in and starts a suicide attempt, then we get to play his life again. So, I guess this island here... I mean, this island is fair... Oh. Well. Maybe I should have radared. This Sherman is gonna die. But I will trade... the kidda out. I mean, I don't know why my Sherman is nosing in the cap there, honestly. It's fucking hilarious. Like, dude, you're smoking up in hydro range. Like, I don't even need to radar you. I just need to care that I don't need a fucking torp. I shouldn't. No, that clips the island. There you go. Smartest fucking kidda in existence. Also smartest Sherman. He didn't even have hydro on. Very smart. I mean, That's one of those moments where you would wish you had better destroyer, or you would play the destroyer yourself. Because that kid is a fucking free kill. Not if the Sherman just parks nose into the cap with no hydro ready. Best part about it is though that the kid at least dropped me a nice little parting gift with the smoke. I'm going to stay unspotted here for a while. That motherfucker just lost half his HP turning flat to a Petro. It's pretty epic actually. Very smart move. Well. World of Warships in 2023. Fucking Kidakazis that int, Shermans that don't use Hydro. And then you wonder why your Hydro DD gets randomly torped out of the game. Yeah, well, because they probably even use Hydro mod and Hydro skills sometimes and they still won't fucking press it. Okay, I have battleships coming behind me so I can always kind of reverse. They lost their DD, therefore they're spotting. I'm not gonna peek though. It's impossible. Like Monty and Devastation just have too many, have such a high shell count. And also HE from the Devastation that I would lose too much HP for the 3 heal spec. Kind of the thing what you want to do if you have 4 heals. You can spot with your face, which I could do here. My team could trade off me, but I don't really want to do it at the moment. I would just drop 1 heal for free. Or we were rather chilling on the rock. Get a citadel here and there maybe. Cuck the heals there for a bit. Hopefully my Petro actually knows how to go dark or stop shooting at the right time. Because he keeps on... What the fuck? I wonder why the Monty came back in again. It's quite fascinating if you ask me. Devastation, by the way, does have a citadel, so does the Yamato. But I don't think I can... I can maybe cheek sit him here. Maybe, but it's very unlikely. Yeah. Stalin could. I can't really. So the moment he angles in, I'll rather go for the side plating upper, like superstructure hits. More likely I penetrate there. And angled sides. Oh well, what a camp fiesta this is gonna be. Devastation is something I would never kill unless he actually goes flat. Close up. But if he uses his back turrets, I get a great opportunity to get penetrations all day long. Because if he uses back turrets, he angles up so much that my improved pen angles always pen, kind of. I would enjoy my battleship switching to HE maybe a bit though, because, I mean, ETA 73, okay, he's not gonna switch to HE, never mind. Not gonna do that. I shoot and then the fucking minnow gets spotted flat. Come on, dude, really? Oh. Station flat? I could citadel him here, I think. They lowered the citadel compared to a conqueror, though. It's like not the easiest task to sit. Nope. I get 13.8k, though. Pretty good. Doesn't really matter, because he can just pop a 60k heal. Lulz. Looking at the minimap, we're quite doomed, because for some reason, my Petro also stopped focusing out the Saint Louis, which is quite confusing, if you ask me. I also have no clue how the Johans, the Karl Johans, win the other side handsomely, kind of. Like, doesn't really make sense to me. Okay, we have 1 Karl Johan killed. Maybe our submarine is a griefer and just secures that flank after some time. Okay, the Salem apparently gave angle to the Alaska and just got 1 shot. That changes the situation quite a lot. I have enough angle here to penetrate under the front turrets. Okay, yep. And the minnow doesn't really do damage to me, so whatever. Shoot me. That's a bit fucked. Little turret knock. How is it so crazy that I have the only Petro in human existence that is refusing to load fucking HE? Like, he loads HE, these people die, man. They're parking him flat broadside, like it's... No, they're parking him nose in, but they're stationary as fuck, so... It just... What the fuck? I don't understand it sometimes. use my HE to now pinpoint certain spots on the ships, get some fires and penetrations. Oh, wait. I mean, at least he's still alive and spamming HE, AP, right? So, still looking decent. Okay, we get that kill. Yeah, Minotaur is like not really what you want to do. My dispersion is very accurate at these ranges with ledge mod on top. Like I'm going to hit most of my shells all the time, so even HE becomes kind of viable. Because I can just pinpoint certain parts of the ship. Or that happens. I mean, you never know what the game plays on you. So you don't want to hit turrets, you kind of want to... Minotaur is quite resistant to... Like, look, the Petro spotted behind me, probably. And that is a way better target for him. Okay, he did. Gonna switch to AP. Gonna move out. And gonna fap on the Saint-Louis. Now that the minnow smoke is fading, it's actually a really good time to do that. I mean, he has to push, or like he has to disengage anyways. Because I have funny overmatch BBs behind me. He doesn't have armor. His armor literally doesn't exist. So he had to reverse already. I can get all my turrets on the devastation. I don't know where the fuck the Minotaur is going and what's his idea of playing the game. Like, it's kind of weird. Saint-Louis is dead. Now I only have to angle to 2 people. I can just push into their mouths. It would be interesting why the minnow isn't spotted. I can tank him for a while though. Okay. Interesting. Knocked the gun on the devastation. This Minotaur is annoying and brain damaged, honestly. And it really makes me fucking ferocious. There's 2 battleships running in his mouth, and instead of focusing on them, he's shooting me. Like, okay, buddy, whatever. Yeah, nice. Now you're caught on the border. And gliding over there. It's pretty fucking retarded now, isn't it? And I'm going to wait for this shot. And now I'm going to blow him up. Should be very good damage. 1 citadel, 4 overpens. I don't fucking know. Giving flap broadside to the battleships? No, he's not. Death strike. There you go, finally. I don't know why the first volley was overpens, honestly. No clue. But that's why I wanted to push up. The minnow goes in there. The battleships move up too. They probably angles to them and I get the flat broadside volleys. Turned out to be correct. This guy is showing no signs of angling up at all. So... going to load HE. It's very nice dispersion with the ledge mod, honestly. Very nice. Has 6k, 6 shells. Insta fire. Very nice. He's actually healing. Cool. Nice poop. Again, good dispersion. Sure, Petro dispersion if you go close is good anyways, even with reload, but this is quite nice. And even here, I was totally fine running 3 heals and 3 raiders. I only used 1 raider for the minnow, and even that one I didn't really need because he would have been spotted in a few seconds anyways. I just want... Nice one, the fucking shimmer is actually over here, I don't believe it. I don't fucking believe it, man. This is literal brain damage. Here you can, by the way, see again that turning with ledge mod is actually way more comfy because your turret traverse isn't that bad. You can keep the turrets on target way easier. And that's a massive thing about Petro, because the reload Petro can't keep up with any sort of turret traverse. It's actually crazy. We got some damage with HE. The DPM isn't that crazy, but... I mean, I also don't die doing all of this. Okay. We have the Shimmer now. Cave King somewhere. Yeah, he's over there somewhere, I know. So it doesn't... Like, the turrets even slightly outturn your turn. It's pretty cool. Pop a last heal, even though we don't need to. But I mean, torpedoes are alpha strike, so you kind of want to pre-heal. Because you're not going to get the opportunity to heal again if the torpedo alpha is enough to kill you in one go. Ledge mod also helps a lot with destroyers. Because your dispersion is so accurate. Look at this. You hit all your shells. You can secure those kills or like deal damage to destroyers way more consistently. So finally we had a decent game in Ledge Petro. Just parking the enemy. Both DDs traded themselves out early. And that one was actually working out fine. That's kind of like the average Petro game you have. You be nose in. You play time. You're not going to kill someone fast unless he goes flat for ages. So what you want to do is like slow bleed people to death, but you can only do that from safe positions. Yo, that's it for Petro. In my opinion, the Ledge mod is actually better than the reload overall. Like I would rather have the Ledge mod in randoms and div up with a DD if you're actually struggling with it, and just snipe people like a cunt. Yeah, so for me it's worth it. For me, Petro in general is a bit boring in randoms though. Like I'm not gonna magically play it more just because the Ledge mod is out. Because in the end it's always the same kind of broken gameplay and you don't really feel like that rewarded if you pull something off. Yeah, so think about it, maybe buy it, and if not, I mean, I don't mind, your loss, and see you in the next video.